Hey guys! Today we'll be covering a 2018 drama film called Cry Me a Sad River. A high school girl named Yi Yo and her mother Ho Feng live in a poor neighborhood. Yi Yo's father passed away when she was just a child, leaving her and her mother in poverty. As a last resort to make money, Ho Feng brings older men to her house and gives them massages and also maintains sexual relationships with them. Ho Feng is awful to her daughter, often blaming her for their poverty. One morning, Yi Yo wakes up with a stomachache, but her mother dismisses it. Their next-door neighbor Ming is also Yi Yo's only friend. On their way to school, Yi Yo notices a girl being bullied by a group of students from another school. She feels bad for the girl, but doesn't stop to help. At school, the same girl arrives as the new student. She instantly makes new friends and introduces herself as Mi. In class, Ming and Yi Yo are together as always. Mi notices their friendship and feels a pang of jealousy. She has started to like Ming and is annoyed that he is friends with Yi Yo. Later that day, Ming is awarded for winning a quiz competition. He meets a girl named Xiang who is allergic to flowers. She accidentally comes into contact with Ming's bouquet and has to be rushed to the hospital. At the same time, Yi Yo is at the hospital getting checked for her stomachache. The doctor reveals that she has a sexually transmitted disease. The news shocks Yi Yo since she has never been in sexual contact with anyone or been to a bathhouse. The treatment costs a lot of money that she can't afford. All she can buy is an ointment that will help her with the pain. Yi Yo breaks into tears and rushes outside. In the elevator, she meets a guy from their school named Shi. He tries to talk to her, but is dismissed. It turns out that Shi is Xiang's twin brother. He meets Ming and Xiang in the hospital and takes his sister home. In the evening, Yi Yo tells her mother that she doesn't feel well, but the woman asks her to make a better excuse. She thinks Yi Yo is asking her for money for a new school uniform and refuses to listen to her problems. In the end, Yi Yo decides to handle the problem on her own. When Ming returns home, he gives her the flowers he received that day. He also asks her about the doctor's appointment, but Yi Yo lies that everything is fine. Ming is called home by his mother, who doesn't want him talking to anyone like Yi Yo. Because of her mother's profession, people in the neighborhood are not very friendly to her. The following day at school, Shi is staring outside the class during a lecture. He sees Yi Yo running down the hallway and laughs. After yesterday's encounter, he has grown interested in her. During recess, Mi and her group of friends decide to go to a karaoke bar after school. They want to invite Ming, but aren't brave enough to do it. Mi takes the challenge and manages to convince him to join them. She is excited about the plan, hoping to develop a friendship with him. In the following scene, Ming gets ready to go to the bar. He meets Yi Yo on the way and asks her about her health. Suddenly, she falls unconscious and has to be taken to the hospital. The doctor reveals that she is weak because of hypertension. Since she has no money, Ming helps with the hospital bills and offers her more. But Yi Yo is not comfortable accepting money from him. Ming gets busy taking care of her and forgets about Mi's invitation. Mi is filled with jealousy on finding out that he canceled the plan because of Yi Yo. During breakfast at Ming's home, he notices money in his father's wallet. He remembers Yi Yo telling him about her financial problems and steals the money for her. At school, he gives her the money, but she refuses to accept it. They get into an argument, which makes her return home alone. Mi follows her and notices she is not going in the direction of her home. Yi Yo stops in front of a shabby clinic that especially treats people with STDs. She goes inside but is too nervous to talk to the doctor. Suddenly, Mi arrives and takes a picture of her. Starting the next day, the rumors about Yi Yo's disease go around the school. People make fun of her, calling her names and insulting her everywhere she goes. They throw red ink at her, make her eat leftover food, dump cold water on her, and so on. Her life changes for the worst in a span of a few weeks, but Ming is too busy being the class president to help her. One day, her classmates throw her bag into a pond. She goes in to fetch it when Shi sees her. He assumes she is trying to drown herself and jumps in the water to save her. When they are on shore, she reminds him how shallow the pond is before confirming that she doesn't want to die. Shi doesn't judge her as the others do. He sees that she is sad and makes silly jokes to lighten her mood. Yi Yo feels better for the first time in weeks. The next day, he makes her skip school and brings her to a park where they talk for a long time. Yi Yo tells him that she actually has the disease and the rumors are true. Still, Shi doesn't care and wants to be friends nonetheless. He motivates her to take a stand for herself. The following day, Yi Yo goes to school with his suggestion in mind. Mi and her group of friends make fun of her as usual. A girl sticks a piece of chewing gum in Yi Yo's hair while the group laughs about it. This time, Yi Yo cuts her hair and sticks the gum back in the girl's hair. The group is too surprised to react, having never thought that the shy would retaliate. During the lunch break, a guy blames her for dropping his food while the others laugh. Yi Yo brings a water hose and attacks the guy with it. In the end, she has to be stopped by Ming. Ming finds out that Shi encouraged her to do so and punches him in the face. Still, since he is an ideal student, Sen-Shi gets in trouble. His sister Sen-Xiong asks him why he got involved in the matter, to which he replies that it was for his girlfriend. Yi-Yo returns home early that day, only to catch her mother with a client. Ho-Feng quickly keeps a man from seeing her daughter and pushes her outside. Yi-Yo begs for the money to buy more ointment, but Ho-Feng thinks she is making an excuse. Finally, after being asked repeatedly, she gives her a few yuan and sends her away. The next day, Yi-Yo and her classmates are being taken to a museum for a school trip. Yi-Yo leaves her bag on a bus seat and goes to the bathroom. Xiaomi and her group find the bag and decide to teach Yi-Yo a lesson for what she did yesterday. Later at the museum, Sen-Shi accompanies her everywhere and doesn't leave her side. Similarly, Ming and Sen-Xiong are also together and seem to be dating. The couples bump into each other and share an awkward conversation. Ming doesn't seem to like that his childhood friend is getting close to someone like Sen-Shi. After the tour, when Yi-Yo returns to the bus, she finds her wallet empty. Knowing that Xiaomi is behind it, she asks her to reveal where the money is. Her group of friends bring a bag full of snacks and do not hide that they were bought using the stolen money. Yi-Yo glows red in anger and attacks Xiaomi. She squeezes a tube of medication on her face and eyes and beats her up. The commotion only stops when Ming arrives and restrains her. Xiaomi is taken to the doctor to get her eyes checked. Ming and Yi-Yo meet each other a few hours later. He is mad at her for losing her temper, unaware of what she has been going through because of the bullies. He is also annoyed that she got the disease and didn't tell him about it. The comment breaks Yi-Yo's heart because Ming thinks she is also in the same profession as her mother. She tells him about all the bullying and storms off. At home, Ho-Feng's client uses Yi-Yo's towel. Ho-Feng scolds him for it and hands him another one. One day, Yi-Yo is looking through her mother's belongings for some money. She finds an envelope with a bundle of money that her mother had collected using her tips. Suddenly, Ho-Feng arrives home and starts abusing her daughter. She found out about the disease from Yi-Yo's school. Yi-Yo begs for her forgiveness, promising that she hasn't had sexual relations with anyone. It then occurs to Ho-Feng that Yi-Yo might have gotten the disease from the towel that her client uses. The revelation makes her freeze in shock and guilt. She immediately brings Yi-Yo to the hospital and pays for the laser treatment required to get rid of the disease. Little by little, Yi-Yo's life gets better. Her classmates don't bully her as much, and her health starts improving. One day, she is cycling down a dark alleyway when she notices 3 people beating up on a girl. On looking closer, she sees that the girl is none other than Xiaomi. After the bullies go away, Xiaomi begs Yi-Yo not to tell anyone what she saw. In turn for her silence, Yi-Yo asks her to return the money she stole. When Xiaomi refuses to pay, Yi-Yo also refuses to keep it a secret and cycles away. Xiaomi is tense because of the comment. She thinks of a plan to end Yi-Yo's reputation before she can reveal her secret to the class. The following day, Sen-Shi takes Yi-Yo out on a date. At the same time, Xiaomi also calls Sen-Xiong out to meet. Sen-Xiong is at the bus stop waiting for a bus when she gets a text from Yi-Yo. The message calls her to an abandoned place nearby. In reality, the message is sent by Xiaomi, who wants to harm Sen-Xiong and put the blame on Yi-Yo. The plan works, and Sen-Xiong ends up being chased by a bunch of thugs at a construction site. She reaches the rooftop and accidentally falls off of it. The incident causes her death, and the blame falls on Yi-Yo. In the following scene, we see Sen-Shi and his parents coming out of a hospital in tears, mourning Sen-Xiong's death. Yi-Yo insists that she didn't send the text, but no one believes her. Both Sen-Shi and Ming refuse to talk to her. The next day, the bullying gets worse. People call her a killer and belittle her for being her mother's daughter. When it finally gets too much to handle, Yi-Yo loses the will to live. She goes to the sea near the school and contemplates jumping into the water. The entire school gathers around trying to stop her. Still, most of them accuse her of murder and shame her for blackmailing them with her life. Ming and Sen-Shi also arrive and watch the commotion, but do not try to stop her. Having had enough of the mean comments, Yi-Yo loses her temper. She tells her classmates that they are in the wrong for treating her like trash. Everyone wants to convince themselves that they are good people while ignoring how they treat the one person who they think is inferior to them. Everyone in the school is a hypocrite for calling Yi-Yo a killer because they are the ones who kill her every day. Having said that, she jumps into the water. Sen-Shi immediately jumps in behind her and brings her out. Initially, she seems to be dead, but then regains consciousness. Even the bullies feel guilty for what they did. A few weeks after the incident, the police find out that the text was sent to Sen-Xiong by Xiaomi, and we see her being interrogated. Ming and his family move into a better neighborhood. Meanwhile, Ho-Feng sells the massage bed and chooses a different career path. In the last scene, we see Yi-Yo by the pond where she first talked to Sen-Shi. The movie ends as he arrives and the two look at each other.